afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. We begin another week, and Brady's in for another week as well.
Brady the sequel.
Part 2.0.
Here I am.
There you are.
Nice to see you.
Good weekend?
Yeah, not too rambunctious. A lot of time outside. How was yours?
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
A lot of dog walking.
Oh, I bet they like that.
Yeah, they do. So, lots coming up this next hour. Let's start it off with topping our news today. College students headed back to campus over the next few weeks have not one but two viruses to worry about.
Former President Trump's legal team says it wants an independent review of the documents seized from his Florida home.
And a new video game isn't about entertainment. It's focused on helping solve a significant issue impacting millions of people in Wisconsin. That's all coming up. But first, let's take a look outside. Beautiful day today.
Doesn't that look nice?
Happy
Monday.
Flowers are really loving it. Soak it up. We're talking about the sun, not the rain.
I'll take the sun over the rain.
Julian's in the backyard soaking it up himself.
That's right, and I'm just like you, Brady. I would rather soak up the sunshine instead of the rain as well. And that's the great part about it, is that we're going to be holding on to that at least throughout the next few days for us. But before we get into that, taking a look outside is right now a beautiful scene over Madison at the Capitol, and how we stacked up for today. So far, we're pretty much on par. 80 degrees has been our high for us, and normally around 79 degrees. So it's still rather summer-like, and it feels pretty comfortable as well. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 81 degrees in Janesville with 77 in Platteville, and 80 degrees for Basketball with 79 into Lone Rock. And taking a look at Dane County in itself, we can see areas just north of Madison from Wanakee, Sun Prairie, and Sauk City are into 77 and 78 degree range. So for all of us, except for Madison, it's pretty good as we're heading in throughout the rest of our evening. So again, soak it up. This weather is great and it feels comfortable. Dew points are still just in the mid-50s throughout Madison and a bit towards the 60s for Basketball and Lone Rock. Taking a look at our radar, plenty of dry conditions for us, but going into tonight, we're going to see some cloud cover start to inch in just a little bit, but overall things are going to be rather comfortable. Now, taking a look at how it's going to get from point A to point B, traffic right now is rather smooth from the Beltline and onto the interstate as well. And we'll take a look at what else is coming up in just a few moments. Until then, let's talk about it to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Well, college students headed back to campus over the next few weeks have not one but two viruses to consider.
The UW system thinks it has strong plans in place for both COVID and monkeypox, but there are some things every parent should know.
McKenna Alexander joins us to share some of the rules and guidelines. McKenna?
After more than 2 years, UW campus leaders feel pretty good on handling COVID. But now with monkeypox thrown into the mix, they're taking a few more precautions. Now, when it comes to COVID, UW's protocol is similar to last spring. Students are encouraged to take a COVID test before moving into residence halls and before the first day of class. High-efficiency masks and at-home tests are offered free to students each week. There's a limited number of quarantine spaces for students living on campus for those who would prefer to isolate away from their dorm. And as for masks, they're not required but are encouraged when in large groups. When it comes to monkeypox, the school feels the risk of contracting it on campus still remains low, but students who think they've been exposed should meet with University Health Services. All students need to do is visit My UHS patient portal, select make an appointment, and then follow the specific prompts for the monkeypox virus. We'll hear more from UHS tonight at 5.
We'll see you then, McKenna. Thank you. The Biden administration is losing one of the most well-known names in medicine. Dr. Anthony Fauci is leaving his roles as the director of the National Institute of Allergies and Infectious Diseases and chief medical officer to President Joe Biden in December. In his announcement, Fauci says he's moving into the next chapter of his career. Fauci has been with the government for 38 years, first joining the institute under President Reagan. He became one of the most prominent experts during the COVID-19 pandemic. Fauci says he's not retiring and will continue to work to help advance science and public health.
Well, someone shot a man last night on Madison's south side. Police officers were sent to part of Allied Drive at about 9:15, where they found a 36-year-old man with a gunshot wound. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Police say the victim and the alleged shooter knew each other. Detectives are investigating the shooting and speaking with neighbors, as well as looking for any digital evidence.
Wisconsin State Patrol will be monitoring traffic on I-90-94 in Sauk County from the sky today. Pilots will be keeping an eye out for vehicles speeding and or driving aggressively. If a traffic violation is spotted, the pilot will then alert a state trooper on the ground to administer a traffic stop. According to the State Patrol officials, it's easier to spot traffic violations in the air. Additional aerial enforcement is planned for I-94 in Jackson County if the weather permits. Well, a new video game isn't about entertainment. It's focused on helping solve a significant issue impacting millions of people in Wisconsin.
Tahlil Mohadeen got to see that game in action. She's here with us this afternoon to show us how it's targeting rural healthcare's challenges. Tahlil?
Mark and Brady, the game is called Rural Roads to Health Careers, and high school students in Wisconsin will get the chance to play it this school year. The game allows players to take on various healthcare roles, from doctors to medics to hospital administration. A collaboration between healthcare, technology, and teachers developed it, hoping it becomes a piece of the overall puzzle of rural healthcare staffing resources and better outcomes.
If they fail, no one really dies. They get to try again. But then through that process, they get to say, okay, if I didn't bring the right people on my team this time, who should I have brought? And then they learn about the various careers.
The game encourages students to learn about and grasp things like cross-training, team building, and ensuring overall patient safety. Again, this is focused on these issues in rural healthcare settings. We mentioned real-world impacts, so developers hope students who find inspiration through the game can connect with groups already focused on career building in this field. We'll show you how tonight at 6.
We'll see you then. Thank you. CBS News has learned former President Trump's legal team is considering filing a motion in the coming days to seek the appointment of an independent official to review evidence collected in the FBI search of his Florida home.
It comes as the judge who signed off on the search is further explaining his reasons for ordering the Justice Department to submit suggested redactions to the affidavit.
Natalie Brand has more from Washington.
An individual close to former President Donald Trump tells CBS News he and his lawyers want a neutral person known as a special master involved in reviewing the documents seized from the search, and they want a more detailed list of what was removed.
It looks like there's going to be some sort of argument that this went beyond someone's rights under the Fourth Amendment in terms of an unlawful search and seizure.
During the FBI search 2 weeks ago, 11 sets of classified documents were seized, including some marked top secret. It came months after a Trump lawyer signed a document stating that all such material had been returned to the government.
Clearly, the handling of classified information is something that's really serious.
Separately, the Justice Department has until Thursday to submit its proposed redactions to the affidavit, which details what led up to the search.
They have to go through it not only sentence by sentence and paragraph by paragraph, but word by word. Because every redaction they make, if they don't redact completely, it's going to lead people to speculate.
The DOJ had argued that releasing the full affidavit could compromise its investigations. In a new order, Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhart said the government has met its burden of showing good cause that overrides any public interest in unsealing the full contents of the affidavit, but he adds he must still consider whether there is a less onerous alternative to sealing the entire document. The judge also warns redactions could be extensive. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
A federal judge has granted GOP Senator Lindsey Graham a temporary stay as prosecutors seek his testimony before a Georgia grand jury.
It's part of the investigation into efforts to overturn the state's 2020 presidential election results. The South Carolina senator has until Wednesday to file a motion outlining why he should not have to testify.
Arkansas State Police are investigating the violent arrest of a suspect which someone recorded on a cell phone. And we want to warn you, the footage is graphically violent. The 3 officers involved have been suspended. One officer held the suspect, Randall Worcester, down, while the other 2 repeatedly punched and kneed him in the face and legs. The Crawford County Sheriff says Alma police responded to a call about a man making terroristic threats to a gas station employee. The suspect biked to Mulberry, where officers found him. The sheriff says the fight began calmly, but escalated when Worcester allegedly pushed an officer to the ground and punched the back of his head.
The banging of the head against the ground, no, that is not appropriate. And the punching in the face, it was unrelenting. I can understand if you're in a battle with the person, but you've got one person laying on him and the other person kicking the heck out of his legs or lower body. Those are serious uses of force.
Our sister was taken to a local hospital and then jail. He's facing multiple charges, including terroristic threatening, resisting arrest, and second-degree assault.
A deadly attack just outside Moscow left the daughter of one of the highly influential advisors to Vladimir Putin dead. Police say the car exploded, then crashed, killing Daria Dugina, daughter of Russian nationalist Alexander Dugin. The advisor, known as the brains behind the Russian invasion of Ukraine, is believed to be the original target. The two switched cars at the last minute, raising questions about who's responsible for the attack. Russia blames Ukrainian spies, but Kyiv denies those claims.
He a little bit disappoints us because it takes too long.
But he did the first steps.
First step in the 17 years.
Forensics teams are investigating the explosion and crash, which has resulted in rising tensions between Russia and Ukraine.
Threats against federal law enforcement officials by far-right extremists have ramped up following the FBI search of former President Trump's Florida home 2 weeks ago. The leaders of 2 House panels sent these letters to 8 social media companies demanding they address threats on their platforms against federal law enforcement officials. There's been a surge in calls for violence following the FBI search.
I'd say in terms of volume, it absolutely is similar to what we saw in the lead up to January 6th.
Well, last week, Trump posted about a great simmering anger, but other Republicans are distancing themselves from the tension. House panel leaders have requested a response from the social media companies by September 2nd regarding the number of threats on their platforms and if they're reporting them to law enforcement.
Alliant Energy is planning on bringing solar energy to more homes as they hosted a ribbon-cutting event in Richland County today to celebrate the completion of their Bear Creek solar site. The project will generate 50 megawatts or enough electricity to power approximately 13,000 homes when it's at peak capacity. It's named after the nearby trout stream that flows from the Wisconsin River. The panels will maintain optimum angles to the sun to maximize efficiency.
So these are what's called a single-axis tracker. So they, in the morning, point towards the east and very slowly follow the sun during the course of the day. And then at the end of the day, they will turn 50 degrees in towards the west.
This 50-megawatt installation is part of Alliant Energy's Clean Energy Blueprint for Wisconsin, which hopes to have 11,000 megawatts of solar generation in Wisconsin by the end of 2023.
It's interesting how that all works.
Yeah, it just follows the sun, just like a sunflower. Well, still to come at 4, our happiness expert, Christine Whelan, stops by to tell us if you want happiness, don't go chasing after it.
This will make a lot of people happy. Tailgating season has returned. If you plan to gather before the game, get ready to pay up. Okay, maybe that won't make people happy. The rising costs of tailgating when live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Why hide your skin? If Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control.
Hide my skin? Not me.
By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults. With Dupixent, you can show more skin with less eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Need to Update your furniture? Menards is your one-stop shop with all of the latest furniture styles at the lowest prices. Plus, a great selection in stock ready to take home today. So go ahead, relax in a recliner, get cozy in a love seat, or simply unwind with a comfy sofa. Need more seats? We've got sectionals too. Get 11% off on your new furniture set now at Menards. Hurry in. These deals won't last long.
It started somewhere between a cuddle and a struggle. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9.
HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life. Welcome!
Hi.
Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination today.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. Women in the United States are facing an increased threat of advanced stage cervical cancer.
According to the International Journal of Gynecological Cancer, stage 4 cases rose at a yearly rate of 1.3% from 2001 to 2018. Well, during that same time frame, the rate of early stage cervical cancer dropped. The research says the biggest spike was for white women at nearly 2%. There's limited options to treat this condition, and those who contract it have a less than 20% chance of surviving longer than 5 years.
Well, are you ready for some football?
Well, if you're planning to do some tailgating too, you better pay up. It's going to cost you more this season. Gas costs more, of course, and flying into an alma mater will cost you more too, with airfares up 28% since last year. Beer is up nearly 5% since last July, and groceries are up about 13%. If you're grilling, propane and firewood are up about 22%.
Nothing but good news.
Good luck, everyone. Well, fears about inflation are not deflating. According to a poll from the National Association of Business Economics, 72% of economists expect the U.S. will enter a recession by the middle of 2023. The findings of this semi-annual survey are based on nearly 200 members of the NABE who were questioned earlier this month. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell recently said there is a chance to get inflation under control before a potential downturn. However, he admits the path to do so is harder, as the Fed is dealing with drastic rate hikes to knock inflation down.
Well, shares of Bed Bath & Beyond are in the tank, and the embattled retailer could be in serious trouble. Its stocks dropped 11% in early trading today after reports the company's suppliers have stopped shipping products due to late payments. There have been problems at Bed Bath & Beyond recently that have rattled investors. Stock prices have fallen, sales have been tumbling, and in June, the company announced CEO Mark Triton, who joined from Target in 2019, was being pushed out. Now, several firms that provide short-term financing and credit insurance to the company's vendors have reportedly revoked coverage. Stocks started the week on a sour note in a Monday market meltdown. The Dow Industrials fell 643 points, closing at 33,063. The NASDAQ collapsed, shedding 323 points, or 2.5%. The S&P 500 fell 2% as well, dropping 90 points. Nothing but good news here.
What a time we've just had.
Whew, I'm winded. A recent study in the journal Current Opinion in Behavioral Sciences explains that obsessively focusing on happiness, or its lack thereof, might make it a lot harder to actually find joy in your life.
Instead, according to the study, accepting your emotions as they are gives you a far better shot at unlocking true happiness.
And look who's here, our happiness expert, psychologist Christine Whelan. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
So don't go chasing happiness.
That's right. So
The paradox is that the more we focus on happiness, the more we judge our everyday experiences. Am I happy enough? Is this bringing me enough joy? And that actually tends to make us less happy.
Is it because of the stress and the pressure that we put ourselves under?
Indeed. So at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, I teach a class called Consuming Happiness. I'm known as the happiness professor, right? So I talk a lot about happiness. And there's a lot of pressure to be happy all the time then. Now, when we think that we have to perform and be happy in that way, that can undermine our happiness. The other problem is that we're really bad at figuring out what we can do to make ourselves happy. The things that we think are going to make ourselves the happiness often don't bring us the joy we're looking for.
So how do you change that?
So my advice usually is to put ourselves into experiences that are likely to bring you joy, that are things you enjoy doing, and then let it go from there. So we can't really grasp on to this idea of happiness all the time, right? Sometimes, as the saying goes, we need to be surprised by joy in those moments along the way. And you know, there's interesting research that shows that our generation actually thinks about happiness a lot more than previous generations. My grandparents and great-grandparents, they would have said, what are you doing talking about happiness all the time? Just go out and live your life. And they may have known something about that.
Yeah, because if you just enjoy the moment and you're present in that moment instead of thinking, what will the next hour bring? Or what if I make the wrong choice and do this? Like, it compounds and it's bad news.
Indeed. The key to happiness is being present in whatever you're doing. Now, that is a tall order, right? That's a pretty hard thing to do. And there are different kinds of happiness, right? There's hedonic happiness, happiness in the moment. And then there's that eudaimonic happiness, that of a life well lived. And that eudaimonic happiness can bring you maybe more joy in the long term, even if you're not having fun in the moment.
But that could be change over time. How you view happiness and what makes you happy.
And this is the wonderful part about our memories. We are awesome at seeing the world through rose-colored glasses. So if you remember that last vacation you went on, chances are something went wrong on it. But we don't think about that. We just remember the good times. So this is why older parents look at parents of young children and say, oh, remember these moments forever. You know, the young parents are just exhausted, right? Well, that's because we look back and we remember the good times. And so this is a good thing about our human happiness. We can take the good.
And social media has thrown a wrench in some of that as well. People post their best lives.
Absolutely. When you compare your real life to somebody else's fake best life on Instagram, this is not a recipe for happiness for anyone.
It'll find you.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Christine, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, still to come at 4, Russia invaded Ukraine 6 months ago, and the damage left behind is staggering.
Including a massive number of unexploded landmines. We'll find out what the U.S. is doing to help clear those out, coming up after Julian's first warn forecast.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Right now at the Century House, purchase any Fjords furniture and receive up to 20% off. All models, all sizes, all colors. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road this summer. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther this summer in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, get 0% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today. Floor.
How do you use your energy? Hitting the ball farther than yesterday? Fielding whatever comes your way? Trying to shine as bright as the sun? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're two peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
Well, take a look at this in case you missed it. Something big went down in Maryland, and that something was this crusty old power station. The 60-plus-year-old Bowley Quarter coal plant shut down in 2018, and officials finally sent it out with a bang to make way for a new development. I love implosion video.
They're oddly satisfying.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, something that's 60 years old, how can it even function anymore?
Yeah. There's a lot of technique to make it.
Yeah,
I got your joke, by the way.
Implode with me. All right. A restaurant in Harris Neck, Georgia has walls covered in photos of patrons and celebrities.
Yeah, but there's one particular room in the old school diner owner and chef Jerome Brown has dedicated to someone very special to him. Movie star Ben Affleck has graced the old school diner with his presence multiple times over the years. And Jerome says the star has visited while filming and loves the food in the area.
I'm just getting started in my restaurant, and I felt like I needed someone very special to come into my life and to be here so people would know that this person came, and that's what brought Ben into my world.
The chef shared his excitement for the star's return to Georgia this past weekend for his second marriage ceremony to Jennifer Lopez. Brown says Affleck's choice to have the wedding in Georgia signals his enduring love for the state. Ben Affleck is having the best time right now, isn't he?
Yes. He must be flourishing.
Look at all those photos.
That's a lot of photos.
Happiness came to him.
Oh, yeah. And who knew? Who knew Ben Affleck made that place so happy?
Where is it? Crusty Glen. What is it? Harris Neck, Georgia.
All right.
All right. So, nice weather.
It is nice weather. We're gonna have
nice to see you.
It's nice to see you guys too. But yes, we're enjoying some wonderful August weather for us. But just how long is that going to stick around? We'll talk about that with the First One forecast coming up after the break.
Is your home just as hot inside as it is outside? The problem might be your walls have no insulation or ineffective builder's grade insulation letting all that heat in. But when USA Insulation wraps your home in our premium injection foam, we turn your home into a cooler, keeping the heat outside and your cool, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs, and helping you save on rising electric bills. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
This is the Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris ahead of the blades for effortless shaving in one efficient stroke.
One Prilosec OTC in the morning blocks excess acid production for a full 24 hours, unlike Pepcid, which stops working after 9. 24-hour protection. Prilosec OTC. One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, for those of us who are just a lover of summer, well, I'm going to rain on our parade as we are just 31 days from pumpkin spice lattes being the go-to drink of the season, as fall is just around the corner for us. And I know Brady's already planning out his fall wardrobe for us. Hopefully, well, you have 31 days to get it together, Brady. But let's take a look outside as of right now. We're enjoying another wonderful stretch of weather here. A couple of cumulus clouds hinting in the lower atmosphere, but overall plenty of blue skies. And on top of it, we're going to see the rest of this evening really comfortable for us. Temperatures will drop into the lower 70s by the time we get into around the 8 o'clock hour. And then for tonight, another cool one is going to be on tap. Dry conditions for the upper Midwest as we're kicking things off for our Monday evening. But going into tonight, well, just know we're going to see temperatures drop into the upper 50s, and we'll see a couple of clouds starting to roll in, but some areas could again see some patchy fog to wake up to heading into tomorrow. Taking a look at the southern Wisconsin area, though, from Janesville into Platteville, going to be into those 50s as well for tonight. And then for Boscobel and Lone Rock around the same. Viroqua, 59 degrees. So many of us are going to be pretty uniform in terms of staying into those 50s as we head into the overnight lows. Now, planning out the rest of the evening, again, we're just going to see some cloud cover starting to develop, and then overnight, we could start to see areas, especially near the River Valley, getting some fog as we head into our Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning is going to be rather comfortable, though, and then getting into our Tuesday afternoon, lunchtime, light breezes into the middle and upper 70s for many of us, but plenty of sunshine. Going into our Tuesday evening, a couple of pop-up showers are going to try to develop in central Wisconsin, but outside of that, we're going to stay rather dry and still nice and warm. Going into Tuesday night, again, we're going to see another comfortable stretch going in for us. We're not going to see too much in terms of changes until we start to roll into around Wednesday morning. Just outside towards the northwest, outside of Vernon County, we could see a couple of pop-up showers. Nothing too disruptive, but could be inconvenient for people on those sides of this city. And then as we go into our Wednesday evening, I'm going to be looking at a bit of some showers starting to develop and stretch its way across much of southern Wisconsin. So that's one thing to be watching for as we go into our Wednesday afternoon, evening, and go into a Wednesday night. So around the 5 p.m. to 10 o'clock hours when we're going to be weather aware to start to see some showers and potentially even some thunderstorms that could be disruptive at that time, especially as we head into the overnight hours, transitioning into our Thursday morning. But outside of the Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon also has the ability to bring in some more inconvenient weather that could be disruptive as well, as showers and thunderstorms could start to spark their way through much of southern Wisconsin as we get into the later hours. But outside of that, this is what we're going to be seeing. Hold on to the gorgeous weather that we're going to deal with for today going into tomorrow. But Wednesday and Thursday, just keep the rain gear nearby as we're going to be watching for developments of some showers and thunderstorms that once again could be inconvenient at certain times and might be more disruptive as we head into the overnight hours. Outside of that, though, Friday is going to be shaping up to be a wonderful day as we kick off our weekend back to more August-like weather into the lower 80s, but a couple shots of seeing a thunderstorm or two around the area, guys.
Do you have your fall wardrobe ready?
I'm waiting for you first, okay, so we can compare and contrast.
We can.
I want to see what you got, but I do have at least my jean jacket ready.
Okay. Good denim. Mark?
He's just laughing at us.
A jean jacket?
You need a good jean jacket.
What?
I'm thinking
and jeans?
No, I usually wear khakis.
Okay, so not the Canadian tuxedo.
Oh, denim on denim on denim. I do that all the time.
I might have to do it.
Just when you go see Reba.
Well, you know, that's the vibe.
All right, well.
Are we moving on now?
We're moving on.
Okay.
And it's not good news. The almost constant bombardment of Ukraine by Russian forces has left the country littered with destroyed buildings as well as unexploded ammunition that could detonate at any time.
The U.S. State Department recently committed almost $90 million to help clear the landmines in Ukraine, calling it one of the worst challenges of its kind in decades.
David McKenzie joins a team doing this dangerous work.
That's where the vast majority of the contamination has gone.
For each devastating strike, there's a deadly chain reaction.
An item of ordnance struck this building. Any ammunition which didn't detonate on that initial blast has been kicked out. It's been thrown from here, and it can travel up to several hundred meters.
Ammunition, like this live round, can kill civilians, often children, long after the fighting has stopped.
So you'll see before us the sort of carnage that's been left by the ammunition trucks, which I previously described, detonating.
In March, Ukrainian forces struck this farm warehouse, housing tons of Russian shells and rockets.
I can only imagine the fireball and the sound that was produced when it happened.
For this explosive ordnance disposal team in Cherniv,
we don't go in aggressive. Obviously, there's a threat out there.
The threat is very real.
We will continue with the search straight forward. If I say stop at any time, you stop immediately. Advance!
We have to be all the way back here for our own safety. It shows how dangerous this work is, and it's painstaking. This small area has taken several days, and you're not even finished.
No, we've merely scratched the surface.
And you've got an entire country, potentially.
Yeah.
How do you possibly do that job?
If me doing this job and being here in Ukraine, removing one item, however small or however large it is, saves one life, then for me personally, that's a goal that I have reached.
Stop. Stop, okay. Stop.
When they spot a suspected shell,
everyone come back.
Team leader John Aldridge must go it alone. Using only his fingertips, John works very, very carefully. These shells are designed to destroy defensive positions. If armed, even the slightest nudge could set it off.
What is it like when you're there scrabbling through, not knowing what exactly you're going to find?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it's something that you get used to after time, but there's still that element of, you know, sort of adrenaline kicking in a little bit, yeah, and a few beads of sweat.
This shell can be moved safely.
Great.
Soon they'll have Ukrainian team leaders clearing their own land. This will be an enormous task, says Natalia, since all this must be done carefully. You just can't rush this job.
Nice and steady, yeah?
Even if this war stopped today, it could take years for her country to be safe. David McKenzie, CNN, Cherniv, Ukraine.
You think you got a tough job?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's, you know, grateful for people doing that type of work.
It's amazing. All right, coming up next on Live at 4, when is a child ready for a cell phone and how much time should they spend on screens? We've got some tips for health screen time for the whole family.
And then at 5, animal adoptions are seemingly in crisis. But why? We'll find out at 5.
This is the house that angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
At Bachman Pools and Spas, we have 25 hot tubs on display.
Several models available for immediate delivery.
For a limited time, all new hot spring spas come with a revolutionary freshwater salt system for free.
That's a $1,200 value.
You owe it to yourself to experience soft, natural, healthy water.
Hurry in to take advantage of special 0% interest for 60 months. Plus, get a free freshwater salt system.
Relax, it's Bachman's.
Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
New at 5, preparing for battle. The UW system shares its plan of protection against monkeypox. We examine how the schools will put student safety first.
Other than some patchy fog at night, the weather should be sunny and warm through Wednesday. We'll see a few showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night and Thursday. The end of the week will be dry. I'll take a look at our chances for rain at 5.
And ahead at 6, overwhelmed and overloaded. Animal shelters have reached critical adoption levels. News 3 now uncovers the reason for that surge of residents. That's tonight at 6. Here's a look at Nashville, Tennessee. 87 degrees.
Not too bad out there.
You like Nashville, don't you?
I do. You can go for a stroll, run into Reba McEntire. The world's your oyster there.
I've never been there.
It's a cool city.
Driven by. I've been to Memphis.
Okay.
Memphis
also
is very cool. Yeah. Well, in the digital age, many parents are struggling with when a child is ready for a cell phone and how much time should they spend on screens.
Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics is helping families create safe and healthy media habits.
Stephanie Stahl has more.
Bennett Cox is busy with sports, so he hasn't been on his iPad much this summer.
I mostly play games because I can friend my friends, and then we can play together.
His mom, Leslie, has been thinking about getting the 11-year-old a cell phone.
A little nervous with social media, cyberbullying, things like that, but he's in a lot of sports and over friends' houses, and it might be easier for us to make plans if he had one.
The American Academy of Pediatrics and AT&T are launching tools to help families decide if kids are ready for a phone and help create safe, responsible media and technology use.
People have used like parent controls and other sort of monitoring technology, but that's not the only answer. A lot of it's going to be about saying to your kids, hey, show me your digital world. Show me what games you play or what YouTubers you follow, and have healthy conversations.
This questionnaire asks, does your child keep track of their things and whether you trust their judgment when you aren't there, to gauge if the family is in the ready zone or not yet. Parents can also build a customized media plan for the whole family.
What boundaries do you want to set around technology so kids can have healthy sleep, they can have undistracted homework time, whatever is important to your family, controlling tech and enjoying it, not feeling controlled by it.
Bennett thinks he is responsible enough for a cell phone.
I'll tell my mom if I'm watching something that's not good, because sometimes it just pops up.
The kids should be out playing, not sitting at home on the iPads or, doing social media stuff.
Leslie says it's best when kids can just be kids without screens. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Westchester, Pennsylvania.
And media use among tweens and teens has skyrocketed since the pandemic.
Teens spend more than 8.5 hours a day on screens, according to Common Sense Media.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think so. You know, when there was nothing to do.
I suppose during the pandemic. Well, still to come before we head to the movies with film critic Will Loper.
We'll find out what he thinks of the movie Beast next on the Loper Report.
At iMart Express, you'll save on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty. Don't let the bell ring before you get a chance to save. A $200 value, all for $79.
Here's to real flavors, real meals, real good. All of Knorr's high-quality pasta and rice sides are now made with no artificial flavors or preservatives. Knorr, taste for good.
My husband said to give our house more curb appeal, so I started painting. Then I went on Google and looked up the meaning of curb appeal. It said to make it more nicer. So I called Replacement Window Center, and they put in new replacement windows.
Get free installation and 0% financing for 18 months. Free installation and 0% financing. Hurry, call now.
Replacement Window Center. Our name says it all.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
and take time for kids.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
And back to our traffic update, getting things rolling for us around the 4 p.m. hour. The good news is, around the Beltline, it is smooth as butter. But we can see on some of the ramps and in some residential areas just off of Mineral Point Road, we're looking at some slow spots as of right now. But the ramps connecting from Fish Hatchery onto the Beltline are also where we're starting to see a bit more of those slow spots. But other than that, things are rather smooth for us. Taking a look over towards the interstate as of right now, all green north and southbound as we're kicking things off for the 4 p.m. commutes, and we're inching closer to that 5 p.m. hour. Taking a look at how long it will take from getting from point A to point B, things are rather smooth and pretty normal around this time of day. From Janesville to the Beltline, around 25 minutes. Sauk City to Middleton, around 16 minutes. And Sun Prairie to downtown, around 18 minutes as well. That's going to do it for our traffic update. Let's send it over to you guys.
Thank you, Julian. Well, you might have to crane your neck to get a good look at this large crane in Louisiana that lost a battle with a tree and then end up on top of a home. Officials say something went wrong with the weight of a cut tree, and then the crane toppled over, took out some power lines, and then trapped some people inside of their home. And no one was hurt, and everyone made it through a window. But what do you do when your big crane doesn't quite work out? Well, you get an even bigger crane, of course. Never-ending cycle.
And then when that one goes down,
Just keeps going.
Oh, there was a surprise at the weekend box office. The animated movie Dragon Ball Superhero topped the charts with $20.1 million.
Did you see that one?
Nope, missed it.
Well, which film was supposed to be #1 but isn't? Let's find out from film critic Will Loper and the Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Brady. In today's Beast Report, I can confirm that Idris Elba does indeed punch a lion in the face in his latest movie, which opened this past weekend to $10.5 million to finish in second place. But his big cat fisticuffs enough reason to see Beast on the big screen.
Hey, look out the window.
Welcome to my party, guys. Idris Elba plays Nate Daniels on a safari with his 2 daughters when a lion, whose entire pride has been killed by poachers, attacks them. The rest of the movie plays out like land Jaws, as the 3 just try to stay alive. The movie doesn't try to be much more than that, but it does set itself slightly apart with a multitude of long takes throughout, which work to heighten the tension as we feel we're right there with the characters trying to find the lion in the background.
It's the law of the jungle. It's the only law that matters.
Now, yes, characters constantly make terrible decisions, the dialogue is cheesy, and plenty of improbable events occur. But if you just need a lean 90-minute movie where you see Idris Elba tangle with a lion, Beast will more than get you your money's worth. Also in theaters, as well as streaming on Paramount Plus, is the horror film Orphan First Kill.
What is he doing here?
We found your daughter. She's alive.
Mister?
A prequel to 2009's film Orphan, Isabel Fuhrman reprises the role as a little girl who might not be so little after all.
Our goal here is helping Esther acclimate back into life within the family unit.
Sorry. I think something's going on with Esther.
How's that possible? 4 years ago, she was still drawing stick figures.
This prequel finds her in the care of Julia Stiles, who turns in a terrific performance.
The mother protects her family, no matter what.
But beyond Stiles and one slightly interesting twist, this is a by-the-numbers horror movie that you don't need to rush to see. Over on streaming services, the big-budget fantasy show wars have begun, with House of the Dragon newly streaming on HBO Max.
I consider the matter urgent. That of your succession.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
The Game of Thrones prequel follows the ancestors of Daenerys Targaryen in a civil war.
Your family has dragons. They are a power men should never have trifled with.
And with any luck, the series will help wash away the bad taste left from the 2019 Game of Thrones finale. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
Is afoot.
3 recommendations. Another thing I want to see.
Well, not even Orphan.
Orphan's First Kill?
Yeah. That could be fun.
Oh, yeah. Laugh riot. Well, final check your forecast coming up.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspirin arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin.
Senator Johnson's working family defined him. He and his brothers and sisters were raised by 2 loving parents with deep faith who taught him the value of work. As a young man, he shoveled driveways, mowed lawns, delivered papers, caddied, played Little League baseball, and baled hay on his uncle's farm. At 15, he got a dishwashing job at Walgreens Grill and became night manager before he was 16. After college, he married Jane, his wife of 45 years, and moved to Oshkosh to start a manufacturing business with Jane's brother. For the first year, the 2 traded 12-hour shifts. Over the next 30 years, Senator Johnson performed just about every task in that business. He installed and operated the equipment, loaded trucks, kept the books, and sold its products all over the world. His business didn't export jobs, it exported plastic. His quiet but extensive charitable work was never done for show, but simply to lend a helping hand, a value he learned from our parents. He's my brother and my best friend.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Velco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. Factory Direct means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. Most importantly, it means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco. Coming up at 5, the new school year poses new dangers at UW-Madison as monkeypox becomes a growing concern. Utilizing practices from their COVID-19 procedure, the school breaks down their plan for protecting students and prioritizing health tonight at 5.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive. Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
And let's put a bow on the forecast for us. 58 degrees is going to be our low for tonight. We're going to see some clouds starting to develop and potentially some patchy fog for some areas as well. But our 3 things we'll need to know is that we're going to see that fog for tonight, potentially even Tuesday night as well. But it's going to be dry and warm through about Wednesday. But Wednesday night and potentially Wednesday evening, we're going to start to see some showers potentially starting to roll in that could bring into some thunderstorms as well by the time we get into Thursday. So make sure you're staying weather aware and have that rain gear ready to go. It's going to do it for weather. Meteorologist Gary Canalti will have more coming up at 5. Over to you guys.
I'm a mom of 4 kids. We have 1 in high school, a toddler, and our latest addition, 7-month-old twins. I can appreciate the impacts of inflation. DC liberals just keep spending. All that money isn't free, and families are paying the price. Senator Ron Johnson is fighting to help Wisconsin families. He voted against reckless spending that caused inflation and to cut waste in Washington. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to keep fighting to stop the spending and hold DC liberals accountable.
Save yourself. Money with farmers?
That's not wrong. When you bundle your home and auto policies with Farmers, you save yourself up to 20%.
That's something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers. Kind of creepy.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Allergy sufferers, bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love, and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
My husband said to give our house more curb appeal, so I started painting. Then I went on Google and looked up the meaning of curb appeal. It said to make it more nicer. So I called Replacement Window Center, and they put in new replacement windows.
Get free installation and 0% financing for 18 months. Free installation and 0% financing. Hurry, call now.
Replacement Window Center. Our name says it all.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're 2 peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
And today's final touch, coffee as art.
Baristas in Jordan showed off their artistic skills by competing in a latte art competition. Held over several stages, over 70 baristas initially competed. That number was whittled down to 18 qualifying for the finals. The competition, which was held as part of the Jordan Coffee Festival, is a local one, but organizers are hoping to eventually join international championships. The festival, which included exhibitions, exhibits that is, of imported coffee brands and machinery, aims to promote coffee culture in the kingdom. Baristas can have signature patterns on coffee and can attract a fan base